Hey, Rugby Hub viewers, welcome back. It's Springbok Rugby again, and it is the Autumn Nation Series. The Springboks obviously facing Scotland this coming Sunday, and the Springboks only have 3 games this Autumn Nation Series, Gabsy. How are you? You're in England at the moment. You're going to a few of these games. I'm extremely jealous of you. How are you doing?
Well, I hope to see you next weekend at Twickenham. I mean, super pumped for the Boks versus Scotland at Murrayfield. Going to be my first time at Murrayfield.
What a
Hopefully, we
stadium.
bump into a couple of celebrities and we can do a couple of shots over there. But yeah,
Mm.
Gory, I don't think it's going to be easy. The Scottish boys are really up for this one. Obviously, the World Cup full opener is still hurting. Yeah, I mean, also Andre Esterhuizen making a few comments. I think that's going to be a massive battle up there. I don't know if we want to dig into that or just
Some
maybe
spicy
start
comment.
by chatting through that team selection that just came out of RASSIE. Goodness me, I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Rassie Erasmus was going to name the team on Tuesday, and then he moved it to Thursday when Scotland was going to announce theirs. And then Scotland said they're going to announce theirs on Friday. So Rassie moved it to Friday as well. And you can understand why he didn't want to release this team a bit too soon or prematurely like he usually does, because there's a lot of changes. There's 11 changes from the team that played against and won against New Zealand, or rather, sorry, Argentina in that final game. So there's a lot to get into over here, Gabsy, and let's look at this team, okay? It's a 7-1 bench that Rassie Erasmus went for. It's the same that he did in the final. He did it obviously against Twickenham, or at Twickenham against the All Blacks as a warm-up game. It's obviously very risky, right? You got Grant Williams now covering that whole back line.
Yeah,
What do you see risk-wise from the 7-1?
I mean, for me, looking at that team sheet, if anything happens to Paulie or even to Andre Esterhuizen, I feel like we're in a lot of pressure. So
Mm,
you got obviously Grant covering the whole back line, but yeah, I mean, it's also not our A backline, I would say. So I'm really surprised because
mm,
look on your arm, Jesse Creel, Damien de Allende, Andre Esterhuizen, Makazolo Mapimpi, Karen Moody. Those boys are not playing above Colby and Curtly Orange right now.
yeah.
So really surprised with that. I do think it's an indication that next weekend is a massive game for us.
Mm,
In the same breath, I do think these guys should definitely be able to beat Scotland. If not,
mm,
we've got some serious question marks. So, yeah,
mm.
I'm just super surprised. I thought we are going to see like a full on A team. And in my opinion, this is not a full on A team. So, yeah, I don't know what you make of that back line, but for me, that's not the A team.
Yeah, maybe the backline is there are some surprise selections, I would say. But I'm more interested then in the forwards, like having 7 forwards on the bench. Rassi said in the press conference when he announced the team that the 7 forwards are to manage the forwards' game time with a 6-day turnaround when they face England next week to make sure that they're fresh. So you're probably going to see 7 forwards coming on at the 55-minute mark, and replacing, 7 of the current with guys like Peter Steph de Tour, who's in the form of his life,
Sia
Sia Kolisi,
Kolisi.
our captain, Jasper Wiese, who is a menace with the ball in hand. So I mean, it's a scary prospect if you're Scotland, who actually thrives on playing with quick ball and forward momentum. And if the Springboks give that to them, it's going to be a long day at the office at Murrayfield with a hyped up crowd to actually, get back into the game with that bench. So they'll be very
Yeah.
wary of stopping any sort of momentum that Finn Russell wants to ignite that very strong backline of Scotland that we'll obviously get into in a sec.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually why I respect this team. So the backliner question, but I know Rossi has a complete plan of this team. If you look at that forward pack, if you look at that bench, obviously we have a game plan here. We're going to go up front, try and win this battle up front. I mean, look
Yeah.
at that bench, Peter Steffetoe, RG, Vincent Koch, Sia Kolisi, Jasper Wiese. You have a
Mm.
massive bench up there, like a 7-1, like you said. So I would imagine like we coming in to kind of counter their proposal of playing like Finn Russell. We could have played Manila BOK at the back, played some
Yeah,
exciting rugby, but I do think we've got a plan here. And yeah, I'm
it's
just
kind of
backing
what we
Dr.
did
Erasmus.
at the World Cup. Sorry to interrupt you. I mean, that game was very important to South Africa and Scotland because obviously Ireland was also in the
Yeah,
pool. But Scotland didn't even fire one shot. I mean, it was 18-3. We were at that game, and
yeah.
Scotland just were suffocated by South Africa. So I'm pretty sure the Springboks are going to look to do that again.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Gabs, you've got Willie Leroux on his 98th cap. He's starting at fullback. You have Quagga Smith,
Do
who's
you
playing
just a quick
his
question on that? Do
50th.
you think Willie will actually make his 100th appearance for the Box against Wales? Do you think he'll play all three games?
There's a possibility. Maybe, yeah, maybe he won't start against England, or maybe he will. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there is a possibility. And the Principality Stadium is, I think, one of his favorites as well, which he's said
Exactly.
in previous. So it might be a great moment for him to do that at the Principality Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, actually, interesting fact, Damon Willemse would have made his 50th appearance for the Box if he did not get injured and played the season through at Twickenham next weekend. So I do hope for
Yeah,
Willie that he gets to the 100
but
at
I'm
the
happy for Willie.
Principality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he deserves it. But Corey, ultimately, who's going to be the key player here this weekend? If you look at that starting lineup, what's going to be important for us?
I think we're gonna have to take the scrum to its full on max power from South Africa. Absolutely, go in and try to nuke them with that bench afterwards. So just absolutely give nothing to Scotland in terms of the set piece, and be very innovative with our lineouts, and which hasn't been performing that well. And our scrum, the plays that we have around that. So I think Oxen Che, Thomas de Toy, like our front row, and then obviously on the bench, Gerard Steenkamp and Vincent Koch. These guys are going to be absolutely crucial. How about you?
Yeah.
Which player do you think is going to make the difference?
Well, my favorite player is coming off the bench, Peter Steph de Toy. You could
Yeah,
put him on at any given point in the game. I think he's going to definitely come on and make a massive impact. I'm just
yeah.
really surprised with this lineup, to be honest. Like,
Mm,
even Marco van Staden, I didn't expect to see that in the starting lineup.
mm.
Franco Mostert coming back in. So for me,
Yeah,
I think it's
after
going to
his
be a
breaking leg.
really, really important game for the forwards, as you've already said it.
Mm,
I'm going to go box by at least 10 points. So I'm
mm.
confident we can take this one.
Yeah.
On that note, tonight's game, when we drop the episode, I put all my money that Ireland's beating the All Blacks.
Let's move on to that game then, Gabs. Because I mean, it's in a few minutes. We don't really have to go into it too much. But New Zealand, I think that it's a very tough ask to do it. Where Ireland is playing at home in the Aviva, and they are just a well-oiled machine. Everyone knows their roles exceptionally well. So I think they're going to get their revenge from New Zealand knocking them out in the quarterfinals last year. Gabs, the
I
other
mean,
games we have to look
it's
forward to.
it's the best team we've ever seen Ireland have. So I don't see how
Yeah.
this All Black team can be that team. But yeah, that's just I
That's a
wanted to
good
throw it
point.
in there for our fans and friends that believes the All Blacks can beat this Irish team. There's no chance. Please
Mm.
comment, like below, do whatever you want. I will
Or
transfer
argue.
you €50 if this All Blacks team beats, yeah, this Irish
Don't say
team.
that,
But
Gabs,
yeah,
because
no,
you're
no, they have to
liable
comment
to it,
before
eh?
the game, before the kickoff, before the end of the game, before the kickoff. Comment now, and you get your €50.
Okay, there you go, guys. Go comment what you guys think will happen in that game. And then obviously Australia playing England. Gabsy, are you going to back
No,
England in
England,
this one with
England,
a woeful
100%.
Australian side?
No, England is way too good at the moment. Like what they did last
50
weekend. As long
euros?
as Marcus Smith stays on the field and Borthwick is not an idiot, they're fine.
Gabsy for the rest. Then Italy versus Argentina. That's obviously a great game as well. France playing Japan.
What do you make of that game? Just a quick one. Who's going to take it?
Well, I think that's probably the funnest game of the weekend. Obviously, besides New Zealand and Ireland, the Italy versus Argentina are two great sort of
Hold on,
style of.
please. Come on. Springbok Scotland. What are you talking about, mate? Come on.
You just said the Springboks going to win by 10 points. How is that the most exciting game?
Well, I mean, it's South Africa playing South Africa B. Come on.
Fair enough. Gabs, then France versus Japan, which, yeah, the French players are returning from their competition. So it'll be exciting to see them play again. Wales versus Fiji, also a fun game. Obviously, the French-based players returning for Fiji. So guys like Semir Andrada, these guys will probably be back. I haven't seen the lineup, so I'm not sure. And then ending off the Sunday with Scotland versus South Africa. And Gabs, here, I know you say South Africa by 10, but we should not forget how good Glasgow Warriors, the Scotland-based team, is in the URC. They were URC champions as well last year. And they just came back from a South African tour where they faced the Springbok laden Sharks and got the job done. They played the Bulls and the Stormers as well, and I think they got wins for them all. So I think they're going to go in with a lot of confidence against this double World Cup winning South Africa side. So
100%.
a
100%.
lot to play
So just
for.
a
It's
quick
nerve-wracking.
summary of my sporting bet this weekend tips. If you want to make money, you go Ireland, England, Wales, South Africa, France. Put a 50 quid on that. 100% you're making money.
Back the Rugby Hub, boys. We're here to make you rich. Gabsy, thank you so much for the insights. Enjoy London tonight and the game. And yeah, we're gonna speak to each other again on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to the game.
Thank you so much, Grady. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a lovely weekend and yeah, enjoy the rugby.
Cheers, guys.